Hey, Trond here, so welcome to the VR Tech channel. It's Friday and many things happened in our industry this week, and of course we're here to talk about it. Because the Apple Vision Pro just received VisionOS 1.1 with some personas and Mac virtual display improvements, while Meta is launching V.63 with a big PCVR update and more. The big debacle between Google and Meta and the new kid on the block. So well, let's talk about it. Let's get into it. But first of all, this video is sponsored by VeryEvilShadow and its first esport archery game, Archery Pro. No secret that bow and arrow and VR are the peanut butter and jelly and bread of VR gaming. Cocking an arrow and unleashing it with precision on the target is always been so satisfying. So Archery Pro comes in to fill a weird void in the medium, with the first game to bring you an archery competitive Olympic style experience in VR, with numerous single player challenges to earn stars and challenge yourself with the highest score, and even multiplayer PvP tournaments to challenge your friends on the line in precision and accuracy. If you love archery and you want to get into archery, this is definitely a fun game to try and play. The best thing, Archery Pro is free and already available right now on App Lab for the Quest 3, Quest 2 and the Quest Pro, and is launching in early access before the full release later this year. You can try the game now if you have an Oculus headset with the link in the description below. Just click on it and play. It's easy. Thanks again for VeryEvilShadow for making the game and sponsoring this video. Alright, let's start right away with the Apple Vision Pro and the new version of VisionOS, getting 1.1. This is not what I will consider a major update, but some stuff like Persona got visually better, so it's good to talk about it. So yeah, the first big improvement is to Persona's appearance, where they improved the rendering for the eyesight, they improved the hair and makeup appearance, they improved the neck, mouth representation, so everything will feel a little more real. I think that the key features here is actually the eye rendering that feels a bit more alive, so it doesn't feel as the uncanny valley territory anymore. Still there, but a bit less, let's say. But there's more details there, and I'm glad they're actually trying to improve this as much as possible, because yeah, improvements were much needed. Also, another thing great for accessibility, that now you can have hands-free capture for your persona. So if you're having trouble holding it, well, you can put it on an eye enough surface so that somebody else actually holding it, and you do all the movements to create your persona without any problem. So yeah, pretty cool. Notification numbers are now gonna appear on the compatible app folder, the folder where all the iPad OS apps are gonna go. So yeah, right now you can know if there are some notifications from the group, and open the folder and look for the app with the notifications. On top of that, also most of the system apps can now be removed, so you're not stuck with them all the time. And this is probably the biggest part of the update. They actually improved the reliability of the Mac display, so now it's gonna be easier to connect it to it, and also latency is gonna be less. Now unfortunately I have no way to try it, I don't own a Mac, but yeah, people said it got better, so fingers crossed. Don't expect though a secondary display, that is not happening yet. We don't know why. It will be very useful, to be honest. With this update, we also got smaller fixes and easy-to-use features. Right now, content can be actually placed closer to you. The keyboard has some bug fixes. The cursor positioning for text input is now more accurate. And they added the iMessage contact key verification. So yeah, not the biggest update up there, but, nice improvements. Little by little. Going on the other side of the spatial metaverse, talking about the Meta Quest 3, Meta Quest 2 and Meta Quest Pro, we officially got the release notes for V.63, the next update for our Oculus Meta platform, and that is limmer than what I was expecting, with just 2 things over there. We already talked about some updates in the latest video, you can check it out over here, I think. But what we got is the laydown mode that for some weird reason is confirmed to work just on the Quest 2 and the Quest Pro and not on the Quest 3. You can enable this in experimental settings, selecting the toggle use app while laying down. And once enabled, you can use this feature by laying down and then pressing and holding the Meta button to reset the view to a different horizon. Very cool to see, but we need it also on the Quest 3. Second part of the update is Quest Cash, where they're expanding their payment method offering with the Quest Cash, the Meta Quest Store credit that you can use to buy or gift store content. So it's not really clear what this update is about over there, but I guess they're renaming it. Also weird that they didn't mention here the PCVR update that they mentioned in another blog. Because right now the Oculus app for PC, so the one where you can use, your PCVR games, but on the Oculus Store, is renamed to Meta Link app. So yeah, it's not Oculus anymore. Luckily though, it's not just a name change, because there's also a big improvement in power efficiency. Because when you're gonna use AirLink now, you're gonna see an improvement of 30% of battery life while streaming the content to your Quest 3 on battery. That means that the battery using the AirLink would go from around 1 hour and 30 minutes of usage to 2 hours and 20 minutes of usage. And that's pretty good. Also, the same thing will happen when connected via cable, wired, using regular link. Because, with some cables, you can't actually, charge completely your Quest 3 while playing. So you're gonna drain the battery no matter what. With this new update, in theory, it should get better also with the not official cables. And that's very good and very handy, also because they enable 120 Hz now for the Meta Quest 3 as well. So you can actually stream at a much higher refresh rate. I'm gonna be honest though, it's kind of sad seeing the PCVR application being left out completely from any updates, because I think that using the pass-through with it would be absolutely amazing. That will make it an amazing spatial computing app to actually use your computer with the Quest 3. I mean, you can really pull tabs all over the place without any problem. Using multiple monitors, they already have the framework over there. They just need a little bit, and that would be great. And something to feature also to compete with another platform. It's just weird they don't want to do it. Now, this is a cool thing from earlier this week, because Mark Zuckerberg actually went to the LG headquarters to talk about some collaboration. And we already know the cool thing that we're going to expect from this visit, because the talk was about business strategies and considerations for the next generation of XR device development. LG envisioned that bringing together Meta platform with its own content services capabilities for its TV business, a directive ecosystem can be forged in the XR domain. Moreover, the fusion of Meta driver's core technological elements with the LG cutting-edge product quality and capabilities promises significant synergy in next-generation XR devices development. What are they blabbing about? Well, it seems like a new Meta Quest Pro, the Meta Quest Pro 2, will be actually built in collaboration with LG, in a kind of similar fashion to what happened with Lenovo with the Rift S. Hopefully though, we get a better quality one this time. At the end of the day, there's some reports talking about the $2,000 headset made in collaboration with LG that will fit the description of the Meta Quest Pro 2. Yeah, in this new way of Meta to try to compete with this guy over here. But one thing needed to actually compete with it would be a 2D app ecosystem. And that's where the problems came out, because there was a big back and forth between Google and Meta about the new XR platform and the ability for Meta to bring the Play Store on the Quest 3. Because Google said that Meta didn't want the Play Store on the Quest 3. Well, Meta is saying, we want it, but we don't want to agree with all your, weird things about Android XR. And I think that both of them actually have a point. Google abandoned many years ago VR after trying with Lenovo Mirage and failing miserably, killed by Google. Now that the Vision Pro is the hot guy, they want to be back in the XR ecosystem, and they want to use their apps, of course, to leverage, the productivity of an Android-based virtual reality headset, spatial computer. But what's the successful Android-based virtual reality headset on the market right now? Well, it's the Meta Quest 3. But it seems like Google wants more control over the Meta platform, or at least get to know better their technology, while Meta wants just the Play Store to work on their platform, even if they get 100% of the profit. But Google said no, because they're working on their own platform, and so they want the 2D apps to be kind of exclusive. It's kind of funny though, because you can actually sideload the apps to the Quest 3 2D apps, and most of them already work if they don't use Google services. So we'll see where this is gonna go. But so far, what do you think? Are you more for Team Google or Team Meta? But if you want a new expensive headset, Xtal 3 Neo is actually now finally available to order. This is the successor of the Xtal AK, and they kind of improved the optics over here, the screens, they added mixed reality, they made it lighter. So yeah, an improvement all around. I actually tried it back in the days. It was a very particular experience. Very heavy, but I could see the potential. I actually tried it back when I went to Somnium to try their Somnium VR1. This is a particular headset because it's used by the army around the world to actually train pilots in many circumstances. So they already have their niche market, and for sure they're not looking for our consumer normal people, because yeah, the price of this new headset is gonna be, just a second, $11,800 US. Ouch. But this is gonna have a very wide FOV of 180 degrees, of course eye tracking, and a mixed reality resolution of 3840 by 2192, running at 90 Hz. So probably the highest resolution mixed reality out there yet. Is it something for us? No, for sure not, but it looks pretty cool. But yeah, here we have it, guys. This was This Week in VR. Thanks again to VeryEvilShadow with Archery Pro for sponsoring this video. You can actually find it in the description below. It's completely free, so you don't have to spend $11,800 to actually play. It's an app lab, and then it's gonna arrive to the regular store later. So yeah, give it a try. It's free. But anyway, guys, as always, if you liked the video, like. If you didn't like the video, dislike. Subscribe to the channel for more VR tech. If you really love the channel, join that button down there. Little then further, also the Patreon. Thanks to all the patrons to join the channel, of course. And I see you guys next video. Someone is calling me.